Hello, how is everyone doing today? Sorry, I'm running a little bit behind. I had to make myself some tea before I hopped on because I have a giant muscle knot in my neck and I need something relaxing. Also because I'm incapable of being on time this week. Anyway, hello. Happy almost supermoon, full moon in Taurus. I believe it is the last supermoon of this year, if I'm not mistaken. Rounding out a 6-month cycle from the last full moon in Scorpio / new moon in Taurus. So today, what I wanted to offer for anyone who is interested, we're going to do like a little tarot pull for all of the signs of what kind of themes we might be looking at for this upcoming full moon, of what we're ready to release, what we're ready to bring in, what the focus we might want to focus on. Oh boy, I can speak. Yeah, y'all know the deal. We're just gonna see what happens. And then after that, I wanted to offer a healing circle for whoever wants to join in, whoever wants to participate, channeling energy healing. Working with this theme, working with maybe an overarching theme might come through, or just general healing for whoever needs it. If you can hear that thumping in my background, that is my kitchen ghost pepper. He is playing right now. Anyway. Starting off, I'm just going to cleanse the space. Center ourselves. Hi, ghost pepper. Invite in your and my spirit guides, ancestors, guardians and allies, whoever wants to come through. Cleansing the cards. Ghosty. Putting this out. I don't want it to get too smoky. Give me 2 seconds. Falcon? Y'all? No. Absolutely not. You guys are both so naughty. What is up with you guys? Great. They're misbehaving so much right now. Okay. Anyway, welcome. If you're joining me live or on the replay, I'm Fiadh. I'm an energy and spirit worker, Reiki master, and healing arts practitioner. I am using the Cosma Visions Oracle deck by James R. Eads. We're going to start with Aries. You can use your sun, moon, and rising. I recommend using your rising sign. However, if you don't know your rising sign for whatever reason, you can use your sun and or moon as a signifier. Tuning in, inviting your and my spirit guides, guardians, protectors, animal, plant, land allies, whoever wishes to come through. What healing intention or energy does Aries need for this upcoming supermoon? This one? Ooh, ghosty. Come here. The shore. I love the art on this, and in the normal tarot card spread, this is, or in the traditional Rider-Waite, this is the Tower. Just tuning into this energy for Aries risings or sun or moon. There may have been some turmoil. I say this as my cat is about to try and knock over my tea. Let me see. One signifier, clarifier for the Tower for Aries. I like having multiple cards just to the Fighter. Ooh, okay. There may have been a lot of things outside of your control that have been causing a lot of anger, frustration to come to the surface. Sir? Or it feels like there's just been tension and conflict. And this full moon is kind of asking you to recalibrate, Aries. Rethink what you can and can't control. Especially in terms of things that are causing you tension or anger. Is it something entirely out of your control? Is it something you need to walk away from? Or is it something that you may have been feeding into unknowingly, where your own kind of internal feelings have been projected onto a circumstance and kind of blowing it up? Maybe take a step back, finding productive ways to channel your energy, even like through basic things like exercise, through kickboxing. It's really asking us in general, this full moon, to step into your leadership, your full leadership, to empower you to release what is bringing you all of this pain, what is bringing you all of this anger, and to, or on the opposite end, if it isn't something you want to let go of, then harness that energy, not into fighting and destruction, but to recalibrate and change the situation into something more beneficial, into what you believe in. So, and that's your decision, you know? Do you want to let go of something? Or is this something you believe in? Well, instead of letting it like build up and cause so much fury and conflict and making you possibly lash out, harness it, channel it, take a little bit of a break if you need it to kind of come up with something a little bit more productive, a bit more supportive. Maybe something needs to be replanned or reoriented. Either way, there's a change and you're kind of itching for a fight, Aries. But it's not all about destruction. Think about the change that you want to harness within that destruction. And take some practical steps in terms of, you know, taking that break you need to, taking a step back. If someone says something, can like just say, I need a moment, and walk away. And if someone isn't willing to give you that moment, well, that's on them, quite frankly, because you said you needed that moment to take a walk or to shadow box or to do whatever it is that needs to be reoriented so you can calm yourself down and come from a more productive place. Okay, and that was Aries for Aries Sun and Rising. I believe Taurus is after Aries. Wow. I'm going to look up the signs real quick because I know them, but my brain is blanking. It's Taurus after Aries. I'm not crazy, right? I mean, I am, but... Yes, it is Taurus. It's the full moon in Taurus. There we go. So what does this Taurus full moon, supermoon, ask for us? What is it bringing? To Taurus sun, moon, and risings. Boom, right there, death. And actually in this card, this is the Fool in this deck. So there's already been that loss. You've already completed the cycle of what you are releasing. So it's bringing in this energy. It's a very lovely energy. You know, we're seeing the circle, the zero, infinite potential, the possibilities. For Taurus, I'm trying to find ways to put this into words. It feels very beautiful, though. It's just offering this chance to breathe in a sigh. Maybe give yourself a moment of rest because you are bringing in new beginnings. But if you've been exhausted from the death and rebirth process you've already been going through, this moon is bringing you a chance to breathe in a little bit, breathe out. You might want to work on some breath work. Feeling the expansion in your body and in your lungs. To tune into this openness. The potential of what's ahead, the mystery. There's so much possibility for you. But you might need a little bit of just that like in-between area. I'm feeling like the space of like just allowing yourself to be in between for just a day before you step into something new and exciting, whether you know what that is or don't know yet. But either way, it's not something you have to control. It's not something that has to be perfectly planned out. Because the adventure, the excitement, the opportunity to learn, the opportunity to grow is coming for you regardless. So we're just taking this chance to kind of go inward, Taurus. Feel into the space of your body. Just be a little bit excited. Just be excited for the possibilities that arrive. You might not know what it is yet, and that's okay. It's for the fun. That's the adventure. So for Taurus, I want you to, sun, moon, or rising, this full moon, just take a breath, rest, maybe move your body, do a little bit of dancing or yoga or stretching, something that like feels expansive, that opens you up. And that brings you a little bit of peace to kind of regather your energy before something new happens, which I'm very excited for, whatever that may be. So that was Taurus. Hi, Ghost Pepper. He has a toy. He likes to make his noises. Okay. Welcome in, everyone who just arrived. We're going into Gemini. Gemini risings or sun or moon if you don't know your rising sign. I ask, what does Gemini need to know for this Taurus full moon? For this new cycle? Does this feel it? No. I'll keep that in mind, but it's not feeling correct. What does Gemini need to know for this upcoming Taurus full moon? There's some indecisiveness here. Cough, cough, Gemini. How on brand. No offense, I love Geminis. All right, the first message kind of wanted to come through, so we're just gonna see what card actually comes out, because they're feeling sticky. The Geomancer. I believe this is, I want to say the Queen of Pentacles. I'm not quite sure though. I can't remember the exact. The other cards I saw while I was shuffling though that really wanted to come out were the Six of Pentacles. This might be the Page of Pentacles or the Knight. It's one of the Pentacles. Either way. Sitting here, kind of pulling up and finding the seeds in order to let them sprout. What does Gemini? There may be a need to look at finances. Into your possessions. I just felt like icky when I said the word possessions. Trying to bring in yeah, there may have been just this feeling of scarcity. Feeling of lack, a feeling of not having enough. And some of that feels almost like it's due to your own internal perceptions of wealth and material goods and what that means for you. Gemini, I want to ask you to kind of, and this is kind of the full moon asking of you, the energy of looking at your own internal resistance to happiness. And not that wealth needs to equal happiness. This isn't about like hoarding money. But in terms of your own relationship to joy, to abundance, and to the resources that do bring you the stability and opportunities that offer joy to us. So we're going to let go of our own kind of limiting patterns and behavior. The invitation. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, or you're not ready for it. But looking at where you've been kind of self-sabotaging your own success, your own ability to make more abundance, to have more stability, to have more resources. Because I feel like it's there. Like, the opportunities are there. You just have to kind of be able to recognize them and accept them for yourself. So, Gemini, for this upcoming full moon, I want you to let go of the blocks. I mean, this is easier said than done, but we're energetically helping let go of the blocks that kind of sabotage our own success, our own ability to have resources, to feel stable. A little bit of stability isn't always a bad thing. I know Geminis don't like it, but it can be helpful. And guess what? It gives you more opportunity for more freedom. All right. So that's for Gemini. We're focusing on now Cancer. This upcoming full moon in Taurus. What does this have to bring for Cancer? Sun, moon, or rising? Or if you're like me, I do have a Cancer stellium, so sometimes I'll just add a little bit of Cancer in there anyway, because it's not in my top 3, but it's such a large part of my chart. Does this upcoming full moon have for Cancer? Feeling openness, heart healing. Yeah, that feels correct. So 3 cards kind of came out. I saw 2 of these while I was shuffling and didn't pull them, and then they popped out regardless. So for Cancer, we have, and 2 of these are like my favorite cards. Dream World. This is one of the cards that is only in this deck. It doesn't exist in any other decks. It's unique. The Dreamer, which I love having this with the Dream World. And the 7 of Lotuses. Let's see, how do these want to be rearranged? Okay, Cancer. All of these cards, they're very literally very dreamy, very connected to the imagination, to the emotions. I was feeling a little bit of heartache as I was shuffling. Saw the Three of Swords. Maybe you've been feeling a little bit lost. You may have had some tough breaks, some difficulties getting something started. Just like little minor disappointments that have kind of made you feel a little bit jaded. Maybe you've put that kind of protective shell on that Cancers get. So this full moon in Taurus is inviting you. Well, I'm going to say literally get some sleep, because I feel like the dreams are probably going to be the most helpful for you right now. There is something underneath the surface in the unconscious that is trying to send you a message that we may have kind of gotten blocked off from because of our own disappointments, our own kind of pessimism. It's not a bad thing. Oop, crazy here. It's not a bad thing. It's just sometimes what happens, you know. We put our defenses up and we don't always receive the messages that can help guide us out of it. So this full moon is inviting your imagination out to play, your dreams, your optimism, your ideas. They are not fully realized yet. And you don't have to have everything figured out. Just kind of sink into the whimsy, the imagination, the dreaminess. Get some rest, get some sleep, and journal about what your dreams are telling you, because there's a message there. There's going to be some guidance that you'll find in your dreams. Now, with that being said, that wasn't very in-depth. Sorry, Cancer. I think like that's just what I have to tell you. Like, get some rest. Dream journal. There's definitely going to be, I'm seeing possibly like a loved one that you've lost, possibly. Okay, after Cancer, Leo. So for my Leo suns, moons, and risings, I'm feeling impatience. What messages, what healing does this full moon in Taurus bring to my Leos? Okay. Is there anything else? Signifier. Oh boy. That's why I feel impatience. Ace of Embers. We're bringing in the spark, the fire. Maybe you've been struggling with motivation recently, struggling with passion or inspiration. Okay, Leo, I know you hate not having enough fire. This Taurus full moon will harness this fire. I'm going to say this. Don't let it be like, use the fire to kickstart something, to kickstart an idea, to harness that inspiration. But this is also your reminder, especially since this is like a Taurus full moon, which is very slow moving. The spark, the initial, is temporary. You don't have to, but it's helpful to understand that spark of inspiration, that spark of fire, that motivation, run with it, but don't burn yourself out with it. But this is still beautiful. This is still an opportunity, especially if you've been feeling like if we're a bit heavy or creatively blocked. You're going to have a little seed of inspiration. It's just about measuring it and how fast or slow you want to take it in order to not burn yourself out, in order to nurture the seed, to bring it to life, and then to allow it to grow and evolve and flourish. So don't let impatience rule you, but do harness this energy while you have it. I think we all get waves of energy and then rest. And it's great to use this spark of energy in a focused, supported way to really get shit done, to make things happen. Okay, Leo? You have fire, you have inspiration. Use it. Don't let it slip by. My words. Okay. Bringing that Ace of Embers from Leo. Moving on into Virgo. Sun, moon, or rising. Huh. I saw a shadow like run by on the floor right as I was talking about Virgo. Okay. Oh boy. Virgo, I say this as a fellow Virgo sun. It has been tough. I'm not going to lie. It's been a rough summer/fall. A rough cycle. I get it. But we have two reversed. The Five of Embers and the Five of Lotuses. Which isn't bad, actually, because they're both reversed. And I wouldn't say any cards are bad, regardless. But for my Virgo suns, moon, and rising, this Taurus full moon, there's going to be a release of tap into this energy, see how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like a lightning. Not lightning, but the energy just feels like a shroud that is lifting off my back. We might be stepping into a time of more gratitude. Kind of lessening of some pain you might have been going through. My Virgo sun, moon, and risings. You've been going through just like a period of heaviness, of conflict, of confrontation, of just malaise and fatigue because you've been going through a lot. There's a relief here. There's a kind of a sigh of relief, a sigh of maybe things are going to let up a little bit. It's been feeling like it's just been like a barrage of heaviness, a whole lot of conflict, a lot of difficulty, a lot of pain, especially like deep wounds and interpersonal conflict causing pain. Now is this opportunity to release some of these things from the past that have been holding you back, that have been keeping you kind of sad, a little bit depressed, just generally weighing on your mental health. Something new is coming, something beautiful. You're just going to have a little bit of a rest. You're just going to enjoy life again. The heaviness is lifting. It's not all bad all the time, even though sometimes it feels like it. So my Virgos, lighten up. I say that jokingly because anyone telling someone to lighten up doesn't actually help, but you know, you're going to be feeling lighter. We're releasing some of this angst. It's just okay to feel angsty sometimes. Sometimes you just have a lot of shit going on and we don't feel great. Well, there we go. We're moving past it, Virgo. All right. Libra. Let's see, my Libra. Suns, moons, and risings. What does this Libra need to know for this upcoming full moon? That seems correct. All right, we have the Six of Trees. Let me see if I can focus this card a little bit because it's gorgeous. If not, that's fine. Okay, whatever. I don't know why I just spoke like that. right, what is this full moon, the supermoon, bringing to my Libras? I'm feeling like a recalibration, of rebalancing. Let me pull out the clarifier. I just heard self-trust. I'm feeling a lot about the inner child. I don't know what Ghost Pepper has now. So you might be revisiting something from your past. Something might be coming up in regards to your family, to your childhood home. Possibly taking a look at I'm hearing found family. Looking at our kind of community members, our interpersonal relationships. You might want to check in on your loved ones. If you've been holding back on sharing something with, and when I'm using the word family, I'm really feeling like this is including like those friends that we call family as well. There's an invitation here to spend some time, create more opportunities, just be with those that you care about. I'm feeling grief and loss. Maybe you've just been neglecting some relationships you have with others, or going through a period of isolation. Here's a good time to reconnect. Also with your parents, if you are in a good relationship with your parents, maybe reaching out to them. So this invitation, the invitation of this full moon, is to spend some time with those you care about and who care about you. To let yourself be vulnerable with those who love you, to ask for help if you need it, to reach out and give a hand if others need it. We're letting go of a need to isolate, to be by ourselves, to reconnect and recalibrate. Maybe offer forgiveness to someone, depending on what that relationship is and like what happened in it. But if you've just been holding on to something small, maybe it's time to let go of that and reach out. Reach out to those who care about you. Spend some time with your loved ones. Enjoy life. Okay, Libra? If you want. First, if you're like really exhausted and hate that message and just want to be alone, Maybe spend some time with your pets. I don't know. Just connect with community members and loved ones who care for you. And now I'm moving on to Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know for this upcoming Taurus supermoon? Okay, that feels correct based off the vibes. 3 of birds. I'm also a Scorpio rising. I started tuning into this energy and immediately almost wanted to cry. So let me ask for some clarification for my Scorpio risings or sun or moon, depending on. What does this Taurus full moon have? What wisdom, what healing? Okay. Past lives and the 3 of birds, which is also in the traditional Rider-Waite deck. The 3 of swords and death. This feels like a much needed kind of emotional cleansing, as well as a physical cleansing of something that you need to let go of. I'm saying you, I'm including myself. Once again, I am a Scorpio. There's definitely a lot of pain and heartache here. But also the opportunity for rebirth. It's like we're closing out the cycle and finally ready to let go of something. The Phoenix. There's that Scorpio energy. Closing out the cycle. We have past lives and the Phoenix. So maybe there's something that you've been kind of in this cycle with, not in between, but like a back and forth, a returning to and then letting go and then returning back to a person, to a job, to a place that you have been trying to let go of but haven't been quite ready yet. This full moon is really fully allowing us to close out that cycle, to release those patterns of continuing back to things that no longer need to be a part of our life, that no longer serve us, that are causing us pain. Anything that you've been clinging on to, even though you know you don't need to, which I say without judgment because it is hard to let go of things, especially, when you realize how permanent that can be. If you're not ready to do it yet, you're not ready. Change is scary. And I know my Scorpios will often, once they're letting go of something, they're usually burning the bridge. And that's a little bit terrifying. But there is that Phoenix. There is the past lives, which is death, but also all of these things that we learned during that time. So we're going to be grateful for the learning opportunities that we may have found in this cycle, but letting go of the pain and resentment that it may have brought us. And then cutting the cord and venturing into the unknown. We're not quite sure where it's going yet, but it's time to kind of move out of a kind of on and off returning and then going back to kind of being in a liminal space within a cycle. Okay, Scorpio, sometimes you gotta finally close that door, close the cycle. You learned what you needed to learn. Now we're starting fresh from a new perspective with all of that wisdom. Okay. And now I'm bringing in Sagittarius? Lord, why don't I remember any of the signs? I'm struggling. I'm pulling up my handy Google. Yes, it is Sagittarius. I should know that one. That like half the members of my family are Sagittariuses. Anyway, oh, okay. Well. All right, Sag. What is this full moon bringing us? The cosmic tree. I love this card. This deck is gorgeous. I'm going to probably link it down below. That's the Cosma Visions Oracle deck by James R. Eads. And his art is amazing. So for Sagittarius, this is also the Hermit in the traditional Rider-Waite. Give me 2 seconds. Before I get into this, I'm going to make my tea real quick, because I need a sip. I'm going to make a mess while I do this. Let's go! I did spill. That's fine. It's mostly water. It'll dry. So for my Sagittarians, this full moon is a much needed chance for reflection, self-reflection. Feeling called actually to look at the book. I'm going to read from the description of the book for this one actually. For the cosmic tree. I've been doing most of these intuitively, but this one feels right. So, the cosmic tree, reaffirming an inner truth. We are told that the cosmic tree is at the epicenter of all souls. It is where we all come from and where we will one day return. It has had many names over time, but at its root is the collective unconscious unfolding for eternity. It is the Great Mother, the life source of all souls and the heart of the truth in all things. It has existed since the beginning of time and will exist long after we are gone. It is wise to not seek out the cosmic tree, but rather to find comfort in its existence. If the cosmic tree comes up in a reading, it is offering guidance through the collective unconscious. Take this as a positive affirmation that the path you are on is the right one, that in contemplation comes understanding and growth. Trust that the truth you seek is buried within the members of your own being, within the fibers of your own being, pardon. Understand that knowing your inner truth may require isolation. Spend time with yourself. In the quiet, there is a seed that needs nurturing. So that I know this is tough for my Sagittarians. But there's a good opportunity here to sit in peace and quiet and to be by yourself for a while. Think about how much time do you actually spend time just in the quiet? The world is so busy. We're always rushing. We're always doing. We're always surrounded by noise and sound and distraction. There may have been something you're avoiding within yourself that is ready to be addressed. But if you're constantly seeking out excitement and distractions in the outer world, then you're ignoring that inner voice. So there's a call to find some peace, some solitude, some solace in order to listen to your own inner voice, your own inner guidance, your own inner truth. I'm just thinking about all of the Sagittarians. I know that's very difficult. I have never met a bunch of people who need to be doing things all the time. With this full moon, just take a moment to kind of explore your inner world. You don't have to seek it out. There's an inner voice, an inner knowing that is ready to be called to the surface. You just listen. So that was for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Moving on to Capricorn. Hi, Sweet Pea. What does Capricorn need to know for this upcoming full moon? Hi, Sweet Pea. What wisdom, healing messages for Capricorn? Gonna try and shuffle around my cat. I'm seeing a swan. Okay. Anything else? Or feels like there's something in here. Some sort of message. Ooh, what is that? The Magician. The Crow. This is my clarifier for this deck. It comes out every single time. But the card I officially pulled for Capricorn is Sacrifice. Otherwise known as the Hanged Man. I'm just going to tune into what I'm feeling. What does Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising need to know? I heard the rupturing of a foundation. Feeling like there's going to be some messages coming through. If you're willing to listen, Capricorn. Like some sort of communicate. This isn't necessarily what I would think of for this card, but I'm feeling like some sort of communication. Maybe it's spiritual communication or guidance. But also something that requires putting the ego to the side and listening. There's going to be a message that comes in that has a spark or seed of truth that is going to be hard to listen to, but you need to know it. Maybe something unexpected, like you hear a conversation in the street, or you're sitting on a park bench and you hear someone talking and it like strikes something in you, especially if you've had like a question or been feeling confused about something. There's going to be an unexpected message coming in. But you're going to have to be patient in order to listen. And in order to see the truth for what it is, rather than what you think it should be. And this can also be a spiritual message because I'm also hearing that for some of us. Asking for spiritual guidance of some sort. Asking for a spark of wisdom or a message from someone on the other side. This full moon is giving you, Capricorn, a very good opportunity to just ask for that. It's there. You just have to be willing to hang out and listen, even if it's not what you want to hear. Okay, Capricorn. That is your message. That is very specific, but that is what was coming through. Next, I believe, is Aquarius. I missed someone. I don't know. I don't think I have. No. No, I did not. Okay, Aquarius. What message does this upcoming Taurus supermoon? It's on the 15th. Have for my Aquarius risings or moon and sun. That was many cards. Feeling a bit of stubbornness. Feeling a little bit, what is the word? Like taciturn. Is that how you pronounce it? I've only ever read it. Not wanting to admit that you're wrong about something. So what I pulled for Aquarius was the 9 of Birds, as well as the life map. I just started feeling like I don't want to hear it. I'm not listening. And please respect my boundaries. Let me see. Okay. I'm gonna pull out from another deck for you, Aquarius. Pulling from the Cat Tarot. For clarification. What is this 9 of Birds and life map? What does the Taurus full moon wish to bring? The healing messages. For Aquarius. Six of Wands. So you might be feeling tired, first and foremost. It feels like you've kind of been trying to prove yourself to someone or something. And you're getting a little frustrated. Or just like burning the candle on both ends. To try and receive some sort of recognition or accomplishment. Like seeking external validation for something. So this Taurus full moon is giving you an opportunity to let go of control a bit. I'm not saying this to like, this is feeling very defensive and like I'm attacking, which I'm not trying to. The energy is just reading as like, all of us are in our ego right now. Yeah, maybe you've been kind of trying to find a semblance of control or normalcy in the midst of chaos. And it's been kind of exhausting you. What healing does this need? What words of encouragement, wisdom? All right, we want to bring in some grounding. Maybe it's time to show someone else some recognition. Like if you've been like fighting for a chance, fighting for a spot at the table, or feeling like you're underappreciated, this may have caused you to unknowingly project that same feeling onto someone else. I'm feeling very like workplace vibes, you know, those middle managers who feel so stressed out and like they're not being appreciated enough at their job that they're then ignoring those who are working under them as well. Like it's going down the line of just no one appreciating anyone and everyone being taken advantage of. So it's calling you to be the leader that you wish to see in the world. What leader do you wish you had? Now's your opportunity to be your own leader, your own self-guidance, your own self-empowerment. And treat others with that same amount of respect and recognition that you wish that you had. Or maybe this is like a past self. You're going to build so much more respect for yourself and for others and from others. Breaking the cycles and dynamics of toxic leadership. And leadership as a means to feed your own ego and your own wounds. And instead recognizing what you and others have and bring to the table. To bring something a bit more collaborative, a bit more respectful and supportive for everyone involved. So Aquarius, yeah, be the leader you want to see in the world. Live by your own virtues and ethics instead of letting ego or old power dynamics get in the way. So this is an opportunity for self-empowerment, for like very genuine, authentic leadership, power. Not power in a toxic way, power in a, I don't know. My words were not coming out well for that one. Okay, so for Pisces, yeah, Pisces. This last sign What messages? My hair is a mess. It's fine. What messages does this Taurus full moon have for Pisces? I'm going to ground and feel into this space, feel into this energy. Okay. Again, okay. We are seeing repeated patterns here, I guess. So many repeating patterns, okay. So for Pisces, we have, once again, the Seven of Cups and Death, aka the Fool. Actually, this one feels more like a, whereas, who was the last one? Taurus, I believe Taurus felt very much like expansiveness, open possibilities, finding your rest before leaning into the unknown. This one feels more of a, ooh, maybe you've been a little bit too expansive. Maybe there hasn't been enough focus. Maybe it's time to ground the idea a little bit, to find where you want to put your energy, to put your enthusiasm. Maybe you've been stretching yourself a bit too thin, or like having so many ideas that you just don't do anything with them. Pisces is very dreamy. So there's a need here for grounding. For grounding the experience, for grounding the ideas, and for kind of limiting the scope of practice. Maybe you've been kind of doing too much at all times, all the time. And so if you're putting forward all your energy into 10 million different things, then you're not really putting your energy into anything. So this full moon is giving us an opportunity to ground Pisces, to kind of narrow down, what do you want? What feels the most supportive? What feels the most beneficial? What is giving you back the most? And how can you put forward your enthusiasm, your movement, your action into that, versus trying to do everything all the time to live out your dreams? Yeah, Seven of Trees. Putting forth hard work. You may have just kind of not been focusing enough energy into something you want, like keeping it all up here and then not moving it through into action, into purpose. So this full moon is giving you this opportunity to ground your scope of practice, to give you the you know, it's not that spark of inspiration, it's the lasting willpower to carry something through versus getting distracted. So it's an opportunity to let go of distractions and focus on what you really want and actually start doing something with it versus just thinking of it or dreaming or kind of being a little bit fantastical, kind of lost in the idea of something so much that you don't do anything. Anyway, that was chaotic. But okay, that was for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Focus your energy. Find the strength to carry through with an idea, with a project, and finish it out. And with that being said, oh boy, that was a full hour and a half almost of reading tarot cards. I will put like timestamps for each sign in the description below later, so that when you're looking back at it, you can kind of just, you don't have to go through the whole thing. And with that being said, hi Plotty. I'm going to do a a little, like, it's not going to be super long, but enough to really fully harness this energy. An intuitive energy healing for whoever chooses to receive it. I'll probably keep it to 20 minutes of energy healing. I'm thinking we're mostly going to do Reiki. I'm sorry, I'm looking for my timer to get started on this. And we're using the kind of healing intentions energy of this supermoon. It's not the moon yet, but it will be very soon. And that vibe, it's still in the sky. It's still there to reach you wherever you are, whenever you are, for your greatest and healing good. So please get yourself settled. Maybe feel into your body. Get yourself comfortable. And I'll channel 20 minutes of this energy. Please grab some water or some tea if you need it. Maybe take this moment to sit in gratitude, something you're grateful for. I'm going to ground my body real quick after all of those tarot readings. All right. All right. With these last couple minutes of the session, I invite you to take your hands and focus inwards to your heart space, into your own divinity and your own energetic protection. Just taking this moment of selfishness, loving selfishness. What does it feel like to return back home into your soul, into your body, to your own uniqueness, sitting within your own energy, and releasing all that is not yours to carry. Just feeling into the unconditional love and coziness and home you have within yourself, you have within the space and your own energetic body. These are your own boundaries. This is your own energy. This is your soul, yourself, your truth. And with that being said, we're calling back anything that belongs to us, anything we may have given away, any parts of ourselves or fragments that we have felt need to be hidden. And we release what is not ours to carry. Resourcing and serving ourselves first and foremost with love and compassion so that we can carry that back into the world. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with me today. Anyone who has stuck by me for that full almost 2 hours. I hope you enjoy this upcoming full moon. I hope it feels good. I hope something magical happens for you. Wishing you all the best. Have a good rest of your week. I'll see y'all next time.